everyone and happy Tuesday. I've been spending a lot of time on my project work, but it's really got all of my cylinders firing. The topics that I'm writing about are very interesting to me, and I'm just really motivated with my own personal projects as well as a result of the freelance work that I'm doing. When I was starting to go down the path of freelance work, I was actually a little bit hesitant. Part of me was hesitant because I wasn't sure if that would take away the time I spend on my own personal projects, and that was a delicate balance that I really wanted to make sure I got right, because when I left work I wanted to focus on my creative pursuits and really take a year off. But that has kind of turned into something else just very naturally because of someone that I met, and she has been a wonderful influence in my life, and that's who I work with on my freelance work. Now that I have the time and space, I'm trying not to say yes to everything, and I'm really trying to be choosy with the things that I move ahead with. And one of the things that I use as a filter for things that I do that are income generating, so these are like active income generating activities, is who I work with. I listened to a podcast recently that talked about exactly that. It basically said when you go out into the workforce, don't look for a job, look for a boss. One of you guys left a comment on my previous video, and I really like it when you guys bring up stuff like this. The comment asked me if I would consider going back to one channel or perhaps having a dedicated vlog channel. I am going to be keeping 2 channels, but I've given it a lot of thought over the past couple of weeks, and I think I will go in that direction where Authemblicity will be a vlog channel. They still will be vlogs about self-development and the things that I'm working on, but I really liked the idea of having all of my how-to content and all of my sit-down videos on Petite Pear Style. I know it can be confusing, and sometimes I'm confused myself as to where I want to upload something. I really did like that idea. I do appreciate when you guys speak up. I know it's a difficult comment to write and you don't know how it's going to be taken, but I think I have a good sense of whether the comment is coming from a good place, and thankfully on this channel especially, I feel like all of the comments that I receive do come from a good place, so thank you so much for suggesting that. I do want to keep Authemblicity because I love it as a concept, and I have plans for Authemblicity. I also have plans for Petite Pear Style, but in a different way. I am on the move. I am heading to meet my friends. We're gonna try to get free tickets to The Farewell. It's a screening that one of the actors bought out, and I think he said he has 500 tickets, but there are already around 200 people in line. So I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get any tickets, but we're gonna give it a try. It is the next day now, and my friend and I were not able to get into the film yesterday. There were way too many people. I just got home from the grocery store, so I'm a bit of a sweaty mess, but I wanted to show you what I picked up. The cherries at Metro right now are on sale, and they are really good, so I bought 2 bags. Hubby and I both love cherries, so we've been having this for dessert lately. Tonight I'm going to be making a recipe from pressurecookrecipes.com, and it's going to be a Tuscan chicken pasta recipe. A couple days ago I made the Tuscan chicken without any pasta in it. It's just kind of like a saucy chicken dish that you can serve over rice, and it was so good. They've reworked that recipe and made it into a pasta dish, a 1-pot pasta dish for the Instant Pot. So I'm going to be doing that tonight and seeing how it goes. I didn't want to repurchase pasta because I still have other starches like other types of grains and rice, etc. But I really do want to try this pasta dish, and I have the other ingredients for it already because I only used half the coconut milk for the recipe 2 days ago, etc, etc. I just have a bunch of stuff that's half used up, so I want to make the recipe again, but I want to do it slightly differently and try the pasta one. All that to say, I bought 2 types of pasta, penne and fusilli. The pasta dish that I'll be making tonight calls for penne. The pasta dish also includes sun-dried tomatoes, and then finally hubby and I are planning to make sushi on the weekend. So I bought a cucumber, and also I bought 3 avocados so they have time to ripen wrapping up before the weekend. I am doing some channel cleanup right now. I went ahead and I unlisted all of my vlogs from Petite Hairstyle. I had 232 vlogs. You can still access them though in the playlist section of both Petite Hairstyle and Authentblicity. I did, however, keep the majority of my travel vlogs public. I think all of them are public, and that's because people are still watching those videos and finding those videos through search. I find when I clean things up in this way, it motivates me to produce more in line with my current vision. I felt a little bit strange when I started unlisting the videos. The first one was kind of like, oh, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? Should I be doing this? Should I not be doing this? But I mean, because I'm not deleting anything off of my channel, I don't feel too torn up about it. If anything, I could just make them public again. Once I started with the first few videos, I found that it was a lot easier. And I noticed I actually had a lot of beauty box videos for companies that have gone under that were still public. So I went ahead and I unlisted those as well. So I think my channel looks a little bit more cleaned up now. I want to talk about a few food-related things. The first is that I took my girlfriend to Kin for her birthday dinner, and we had a fabulous time. I love that restaurant. They have a little bit of a happy hour, although it's not very inexpensive, and there aren't a lot of things on it. So we chose a few things from the happy hour menu, and then we also ordered from the regular menu. We had a lot of food, we had some nice drinks, and it was just a very, very good time. My friend loved it as well. She is quite the foodie. The food there is so beautifully presented and everything was very, very tasty. I would highly recommend the oysters. The set of dumplings, you get 4 different types of dumplings and 2 of each type, so it's perfect for 2 people to share. I would also recommend a rice dish that comes beautifully presented in a large gold bowl, and then they mix it up there for you on the spot, and it's just like a really lovely and fresh yet filling rice type salad. Super delicious. We had a few more things and everything was good, but those are kind of like the 3 dishes that stood out for me. Hubby and I also went to the Bentway for our second and final communal dinner. It was Tibetan night and they were serving momos. I love Tibetan food. I've only been to one restaurant here in the city, but hubby and I try to go every year at around Christmas time, so you guys may have seen it if you watched my vlogs over the holidays. The food was again excellent, and I'm going to show you the photos now, but towards the end there was a little bit of a mishap. So if you guys end up going to the Bentway, please be careful on their picnic tables, because there is a design flaw with the tables. As my husband and I were eating our last bites, I think the person beside my husband leaned back so she could lift her leg over the bench and get up from the table, but there was no one on the other side of the table. Everyone had already left. So when she leaned back, it tipped the entire picnic table, and my husband actually fell onto his back, and all the stuff, like all the plates and everything like that, fell on top of him. He was covered in yogurt because the last dish was this sweet rice dish, and there was yogurt that you could put on top. It was so good. I'm gonna try to recreate that recipe at home. They also had this kind of like ceramic candle holder type thing with a little candle in it, and we got like hot wax all over our stuff. It was a little bit of not a very pleasant end to the evening, but the food was delicious and they were very apologetic. Good morning, everyone. Hubby and I are up early today because the Tim Hortons Innovation Cafe is opening downtown. We're gonna try to go about an hour early to try to snag 2 of the $310 gift cards that they have, and then we're gonna use the gift cards to try all of the donuts. I think they have 12 different varieties. I'm not sure if they're gonna have them all there when we go today. I haven't really been having good luck lately with lining up for stuff. I'm hoping for a little bit more success today because it's earlier in the day. The Tim Hortons opens at 8 o'clock and we plan to be there for 7 or just before 7. The other stuff that I've gone to were more like in the evening, in the afternoon and evening. So maybe this will work, but wish us luck. We did it, guys. Hubby is in line. We are among the first 100 people. Here's a look at what the cafe looks like before all of the madness. The line is outside, right behind here. Thank you. Back home now and here's what we picked up. We got a dozen donuts to try and probably film a video with the taste test. We also got a couple of their drinks. This is the draft latte and it looks really, really good. This is my drink. It's the nitro infused mango peach iced tea, but it looks like half of it is missing. It's separated. The rest is all foam, so that's a bit odd. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. Oh my gosh. That looks so good. We have 2 of these. Do you think there were only 11 donuts? This drink ended up being pretty tasty. I downed it all. There wasn't much in there. The foam actually tastes really good. I don't know if I would get it again. It is a bit sweet, but it was very refreshing. I was really, really thirsty. I actually went back to Tim Hortons with hubby on his way to work, and Wendell Clark was there, so that was a bonus. We were able to get this signed picture of him, and hubby took a photo with him as well, so that was well worth it. There was still a really long line to get into the store, but I spoke with them and I mentioned that I had bought a dozen donuts earlier in the day, but we got 2 of the same ones. I tend to blab on and on and on, so I was like, oh, we kind of wanted all of them because we're doing a taste test later, and the guy was so nice. He was like, I understand. And then he went and he got the missing donut for me in this tiny box. I was worried they would give it to me in a bag because that tends to crush the icing, or the icing goes onto the bag. It is the missing one. He opened it up and showed it to me, and now our set is complete. I'm so happy. I'm gonna take some photos before hubby gets home, and then we're gonna do the taste test when he gets home. This is probably going to be our dinner tonight because we do plan to eat them all. I asked him if maybe we should eat a quarter of each donut and save the rest for tomorrow. He was a little bit hesitant because they won't be as fresh tomorrow, but I mean, we'll see what our stomach capacity is like. I just spent 2 hours photographing donuts. Oh my gosh, that is time I am never going to get back, but the footage and photos are great. I'm super happy with them. Happy Saturday, everyone. It is the weekend now, and hubby and I are heading to Costco. The donut aftermath was tough. Eating the 12 donuts for that taste test was fun, but we are feeling the after effects. We're just really, really full, and we had dinner with the family yesterday. It was my dad's birthday, and we also celebrated my sister's birthday, which was about a week and a half ago. So we celebrated that all together. We went for dinner at a Chinese restaurant, and the food was really, really good. Kind of the same stuff we usually order, but there was a twist on a few things, and everything was just really tasty. And then we went back to our aunt's place, and we had ice cream cake as well. So it was just a lot in the past 2 days. So I'm feeling really full, really bloated. I think I am breaking out from the sugar because I found a few new bumps. It is that time of the month for me, so it could be that as well. My skin was getting a lot better when we stopped eating chocolate every single night. So I do have a feeling that the sugar from the donuts is giving me some extra breakouts. So that is definitely a lesson learned. I'm not going to be doing that again. I don't know why we thought it was a good idea. We were just like really excited, and we talk a lot about food challenges with a couple of our friends. So maybe we just had it in our head that we wanted to try something. And the taste test seemed like the perfect opportunity. But yeah, definitely lesson learned. This weekend, and probably up until our staycation, we're gonna take it pretty easy. We might still have a few treats here and there, but we're gonna try to eat a little bit healthier again, eat a little bit lighter, and then of course on our staycation week, we're gonna have a lot of good food. Today at Costco, just gonna pick up a few essentials and also buy a piece of salmon that we're gonna have over the next 2 or 3 days. Today we're gonna make sushi, and then tomorrow we'll see, maybe we'll do like salmon bowls or something like that. I are making hand rolls for dinner tonight. We're making them how we've had them at Japanese sushi bars, where they're rolled up into cylinders rather than cones, so it's actually a lot easier. Here's what it looks like. I have some seasoned sushi rice, some cucumber, carrots, salmon, and avocado. Just put it on one end of half of a nori sheet, and then you roll it up into a cylinder. I have no idea where the time goes, but it's already Monday again, and I want to finish off the vlog today so I can get it posted. I actually had the vlog edited and ready to go on Friday. I was waiting for the video to process, but then we had to leave to meet my family for dinner on Friday night. So I left it and I figured I would just publish it when I got home. Then I talked to my sisters and it kind of changed an aspect of where I was going in terms of my new projects. So when I came home, stuff that I had talked about at the beginning of the vlog didn't really apply anymore. So I cut that stuff out and I'm going to talk about my new projects now in this portion of the video. Ever since I started listening to podcasts regularly, I've wanted to create a podcast of my own. I actually have 2 podcasts on the go right now. One of the podcasts is with my new friend who I do the freelance writing for, and that one is still in development, but I've recently published my own podcast, which is called the Authenticity Meditation Series. It's going to be a series of 6 meditations to start, and I'm thinking I'm going to publish 1 meditation every month. So a bit of background about the meditation scripts. I wrote 3.5 scripts when I was waking up at 5 a.m. So some of the work that I did way back in April during that 5 a.m. wake up challenge is starting to come to fruition. The first episode deals with letting go of self-limiting beliefs, and when I wrote these scripts, I wrote them to myself. I felt like these were things that I needed to hear, that I needed to really get into my core. So that is why I like to meditate using my own voice. I thought it was a bit strange to begin with, but I feel like listening to this meditation has really helped me. When I listen to it in the morning, I am more inclined to get up and start doing something creative, and I feel like I'm a bit more confident and I have more belief in myself. I mean, I've always believed in myself, but I do use self-deprecating humor a lot, and I do kind of like get down on myself sometimes, and I'm very self-critical. So I'm really trying to change that. I really love that I don't take myself too seriously and that I can laugh at myself. I still want to have that aspect of myself where I don't take myself too seriously, but I don't want to go too far into the self-deprecating realm that I actually start to damage my spirit. So the first episode kind of deals with that, and I would love for you guys to give it a listen if you meditate, or if you don't meditate, you could always listen to it while doing the dishes or cooking or something along those lines. The other project that I'm working on relates to Instagram. In April, I was on Instagram every day and it was a bit too much, so I've since scaled it back quite a bit. But now I am a little bit more active on Instagram because I just launched a new Instagram account that is food related. And this is where, after talking to my sisters, I've kind of changed the direction of this Instagram account. It was going in that direction already anyway, but now it's more solidly in that direction. This Instagram account is going to be focused on food that I eat at home. So this could be takeaway that I bring home to eat, or food that I prepare myself. I created this food Instagram account because I have been posting more food related stuff on Petite Hairstyle. I actually had more that I wanted to post, but I didn't want to overwhelm that account with food. When I was doing the Eat at Home challenge, I think a couple of you wanted me to post on Instagram every day the food that I was cooking at home and eating at home for the duration of the challenge, and I loved that idea, but I didn't feel like it fit with Petite Hairstyle, so I just never did it. So I figured, why not create a new Instagram account that is solely focused on food? When I do the Eat at Home challenge again this year, which is typically around November-ish, I'm going to be posting lots on this new Instagram account. The Instagram account is called Eats Abound, and hubby actually thought of that name. I really love it because if you look at it quickly, it looks like Eastbound. I'm not sure why, but there is something about that that I just really love. I think it's because I am so into maps and directions. That is my new project at the moment, so I'm spending a little bit more time on Instagram, but I'm finding that I'm really liking multiple accounts. So I have all of my different interests separated into different feeds. For example, if I'm needing a dose of cute animals, I can go to Lulu and Truffles account and just scroll through Lulu and Truffles feed, which is basically all cute animals. Similarly, with my Authenticity Instagram account, if I need some inspiration, I will just go through that feed and it really jolts me to get creative. When I'm scrolling through inspiring things, I may not want to see, for example, a beauty post or a food post, because then I get distracted. My mind starts to wander and I just get derailed. and I'm no longer on that inspiration train. I'm kind of off on like a food tangent or a beauty tangent or maybe like a cute animal tangent. So I find that with this sort of curated feed for my multiple accounts, I can stay a lot more focused, which I really like. That brings me to my conversation with my sisters. When I was talking to my sister and telling her about my new food-related Instagram account, she actually mentioned that she and our other sister were thinking about starting a joint Instagram account, and then we could collaborate and post food photos from different cities around the world. Well, it would be Toronto, Ottawa, and Brisbane, Australia. And I just thought that was such a fantastic idea. This seemed like the perfect way to stay connected through a shared interest. I can see what they're eating at different restaurants and kind of like get a glimpse into their day-to-day. I just thought that was such an interesting idea, and of course I wanted to partake in it, but I had already started my own food Instagram account, so I thought, how can I do both? As we were talking about the project though, it kind of started leading into a different direction than what I wanted for Eats Abound. So I think it very naturally is going into two different directions. So Eats Abound will be focused on food that I eat at home, and our new Instagram account is focused on food that we eat at restaurants, eateries, bubble tea shops, and that sort of thing. So there will be no home cooked content on our new Instagram account. We're still setting up the account, so I will share those details when they're available, but those are kind of like the few new projects that I'm working on right now. Literally the only thing constant is change, because I feel like every time I think I know how I am, or I think I've decided on something, I get new information or new input or new feedback, and I change directions. I'm sure this won't be it. As I continue on this journey, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of tweaks, a lot of changes, and a lot of like adaptations. But I think change is a beautiful thing, and being able to adapt and change as a human being is one of our greatest strengths. So I am going to just embrace the unknown, embrace change, and see where life takes me. And if I start going down a path that I'm not crazy about, I will course correct and hopefully come back to a place where I'm a better person for it. Case in point, the donuts. I was doing so well, and then we did this taste test and it kind of threw me off. I think my body is getting back to normal. My digestion is back to normal today. It's Monday. We had the donuts on Thursday. I still have quite a few breakouts. So as you can see, I have 3 breakouts here where I normally don't get them. I have 1 here. I also had some here, but I think those were more like my regular hormonal ones. That was a momentary lapse in judgment, and I'm glad I have it documented so I can remember that eating 6 donuts for dinner does not make me feel good. Hubby is already thinking of other food challenges though, and I keep vetoing them. I'm like, no, no, no. So maybe I'll have to think of a food challenge where it's healthy challenge. But the donut thing and our upcoming staycation where we're definitely going to overindulge, these are things that I still want to be able to enjoy with hubby, because we both love food and we both love trying new things, and we do tend to eat a lot. But if I can keep that as like 10% of the time, 5% of the time, and the rest of the time eat in moderation, eat healthy whole foods, then I'm pretty happy with that balance. I think a lot of things in life are about balance and course correction. When you start to veer off the path, you just adjust and hopefully come back to where you want to be. So that is going to be it for the vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have anything on your minds, any feedback, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. I love reading your comments and I take your feedback into consideration. I may not always implement what you suggest, but it plants a seed and makes me think, and I think I am able to improve as a result of a lot of your comments and suggestions. Feedback is truly a gift. Thank you all so much for watching this video and for all of your support with all of my different projects and pursuits. I know it's a lot and I won't be offended if you don't listen to the podcast or follow my Instagram. I will be back very soon with another vlog. I do plan to vlog in August every single day. I won't be posting every day, but I will be chatting with you guys every day. I hope you guys are doing great and I will see you very soon. Bye.